Hey guys, in today's lesson, we're gonna go over how to learn E Shape Barre chords on the guitar. So let's dive into that right now. Now, when it comes to learning bar chords, most people do it the hard way. And that's starting out with trying to play an F bar chord or a B minor bar chord or something really low on the neck that's really hard to play, because that's the hardest place to play bar chords on the neck, is the lowest you can go. So what I'm gonna show you today is what I do to get the guitar players to think that bar chords are easy, because they are if you do it right. So today we're just talking about E Shape Barre chords. There's 4 other kinds of bar chords that we'll go over later, but today we're just gonna focus on those E Shape Barre chords. So why the heck are these E Shape Barre chords? Well, they're based on your open E chord. So to do this, you need to know that open E chord. And this is how you play that open E chord. You have your 6th string open, your 2nd finger on the 2nd fret of your 5th string, 3rd finger on the 2nd fret of your 4th string, 1st finger on the 1st fret of your 3rd string, and then your 1st and 2nd strings are open. That's it. Now, most people will get really comfortable using this and playing some songs, but when you're ready to start learning bar chords, I want you to switch it up. This is something that most people skip when learning bar chords. Instead of using your 2nd, 3rd, and 1st fingers to play this, what I want you to do is take your 1st finger out and put your 2nd finger down where it was, and put your 3rd and 4th finger down where your 2nd and 3rd finger were. So now you've got your 3rd, your 4th, and your 2nd fingers playing this E bar chord. Now, once you've done that, here's the next step. The next step is to just move that around the fretboard, so you're keeping your 3rd and 4th and 2nd fingers down, and they're in the same relative places, but you're just sliding them around to different frets. I can take this same shape, and instead of just playing at every fret, I can actually find some cool sounding chords. And instead of playing this on my 2nd and 1st frets, I can slide it up to 7 and 6, and I can slide it up to 9 and 8. And here I've got some cool sounding chords. And you can use that to just create your own music right away too. Now, once you're comfortable moving that shape around with your 2nd, 3rd, and 4th fingers, here's what I want you to do. I want you to bring it up so that your 2nd, 3rd, and 4th fingers are on the 12th and 11th frets. And then what you're going to do is you're going to place your 1st finger down. But here's the trick. A lot of people, when they're playing bar chords, they try to lay the flattest part of their finger down, right? And you don't want to do that, because that is actually the fleshiest, hardest part to press down on your finger. You actually want to roll back so that you're using a little bit more of the back edge, this outside edge of your finger, to press down more. So with your 2nd, 3rd, and 4th finger here on your 11th and 12th frets, you're going to take your 1st finger and lay it down on the 10th fret. And with it being up here, it's a lot easier to press down and get that full bar. Then what you do is you practice taking it 1 fret lower, and 1 fret lower, and 1 fret lower. And as you go lower, it's gonna get more difficult because the frets spread further apart. Hey guys, really quick, do me a favor if you're enjoying this video on these E Shape Barre chords, and hit the subscribe button down below. Thank you for subscribing. Now let's get back into these bar chords. So what we're doing here is we're taking this E major chord shape and we're moving it around to different frets, and we're using our finger to bar across the strings, which essentially is acting like a nut on the guitar. So the relationship between all the notes stays the same, even though we're playing different chords. So that means no matter what fret you're playing this at, you're playing a major chord. Now, what chord it is going to depend on what note you're playing on your 6th string. right? So knowing the notes on your 6th string here is going to be very important because we have E, and then your first fret is F, and then you have F sharp or G flat, G, G sharp or A flat, A sharp or B flat, B, C, C sharp or D flat, D, E, D sharp or E flat, and then E again on the 12th. So whatever fret you're playing at, for example, if I'm playing here on my 6th fret, so I've got my first finger on the 6th fret, my 3rd and 4th are on the 8th, and my 2nd finger is on the 7th. This is an E major shape bar chord. But because the lowest note that I'm playing here is B flat, that's the root note of this chord, which makes this B flat major. If I do this in my 3rd fret, it's a major chord, and the lowest note that I'm playing is a G, so it's a G major chord. So what you do once you do this is you practice moving this around to the different frets and getting used to playing them in different positions. And then the next step is to actually play some chord progressions. So for example, you could just play E, and then A, and then B, and then G, and then back down to E. Right? You can just make up stuff, whatever you want to do. But here's the cool thing. That is what we do with just a major chord. The good thing about this is this also applies to any other E chord that you know. So if you know E minor or E7 or E minor 7, this also works for those. So check this out. I can come to this A on my 5th fret, and that's my major E shape bar chord, right? And it's an A because that's the root note that I'm playing. But if I lift up on my 2nd finger here, and I am now playing essentially that 3rd string open, now it's just my barred finger playing it. Now this is a minor shape chord. So it's A minor because A is the root note I'm using, and it's based on my E minor chord. And same thing, you can play this at every single fret. Then you also want to make sure that you know your 7th chord shape or your dominant 7 chord shape. And that is the same thing as your major shape. But then you just lift up on your pinky. And so that 4th string has to get caught by your first finger that's making the bar. And then also the minor 7 shape is really handy to know as well. And that's where you start with a minor shape and then lift up on your pinky. And so it's just your barred finger on the 5th fret, and your 3rd finger is just playing 7 on your 5th string. That's it. That's the whole chord. Right? So here's the cool thing about this. Now we can use this to create some cool sounding chord progressions. Because I could take this E, and I could play B, and then I could play C sharp minor, and then A, and then E, and then B, and then G sharp minor, and then A. So what I'm doing is I'm taking the different shape of the bar chord, whether it's a major, a minor, a 7, or a minor 7, and I'm just placing it where the root note for that chord is. And for today, all I'm doing is I'm sticking to these E shape bar chords. There are other kinds of bar chords that we'll go over later that you can mix together with these, and that's going to make your life a whole lot easier too. So quick review. First, get your E chord down with your 1st, 2nd, and 3rd fingers, and then change to playing that with your 2nd, 3rd, and 4th fingers, and then move that around the entire fretboard. And then once you're comfortable doing that, you add the bar to it, and you start up high on the neck and then move down lower, because it'll get more difficult as you get lower on the fretboard. Your root note for whatever chord you're playing is what note you're playing on your 6th string. And what type of chord it is, whether it's major or minor or 7 or minor 7, is dependent on what shape, what chord shape you play on top of that note. So take these chords, Have fun with them. I hope that helped make bar chords easier for you, at least these E Shape bar chords. I will be doing other videos on how to play other bar chords. But if you've enjoyed this and you want some more cool stuff like this, I do have a gift for you at my website. If you go to simpleguitar.com/top10, there I have a guide for you called the top 10 things to learn on guitar first. And it's 17 pages of 10 things I teach beginners all the time to get them playing more real music and having more fun on the guitar a whole lot faster. So go to simpleguitar.com/top10. Get that guide for free. It's yours. It's my gift to you for you watching the video today. Have fun with these bar chords, and I will catch you guys in the next video.